Hello guys, and welcome to the second video about the Honor 9. Now the plan is hopefully we'll go a bit more into the camera of the phone and look at some of the ways that we could actually use the camera and also demo the camera to customers. So and the second thing that we're going to look at is the EMUI. Now EMUI is Huawei's and Honor's add-on to the Android operating software that's in the phone, and it's mainly found in the settings, so we'll look into that as well. So let's get into the camera first. Now one of the first things that you'll notice when you open up the camera is these icons on the top. Now the flash, you guys are probably, everyone can pretty much recognize that. Then you've got the wide aperture mode, which lets you create some really cool photos. I'll show you some of the photos that we took. We've also got the portrait mode. And when you go in the portrait mode, one of the coolest thing is you've also got the beauty level, and I'll show you a photo on that in a second. And you've also got moving pictures. Now moving pictures is like live photos, which Apple have introduced, and you've got the selfie camera icon there. Hello. Okay, let's go back. And let's turn this off. Now you can access other settings on the camera by swiping to the left, and you can also access some of the settings on the video mode by swiping to the right. Now you can change what kind of video you want to do. So if you turn off the beauty mode, you can get actually full HD or even 4K. Now let's actually show you some of the photos. Now this was shot on the wide aperture mode. As you can see, Brandon's hand is clearly in focus, but his face, which wasn't that far behind it, is blurred out. So that's one of the cool things that you can do in the wide aperture mode. Then you've got the selfie mode there, and the beauty mode turned right to the max, hence why it looks so good. We've also got now this is one of the pictures that I took on the pro mode. Now this is the camera taking the photo, and this is just changing some of the settings on the camera. Now the pro mode can be accessed by just swiping to the left, and you've got the pro mode there. You've also got other cool options like HDR, 3D creator, light painting, which sounds pretty cool. Now going back to the gallery, now guys, these photos are on the photos, and there's a video there as well on the phone itself, so please feel free to use them to show to customers. Now I'm going to show you a picture which I took, which shows you how sharp this camera is. Now we do have a 20 and a 12 million pixel sensor on the back, which work together to create a sharp image. Now if I go as close as I can to this, now reasons to choose 3, we can clearly read it there. We can see Go Roma, free stuff, and if you concentrate hard enough, you could read the smaller writing underneath. Now if I zoom out, now you can actually see the actual size of that. Now from there you can't even read it at all. Right, moving on from that, guys, let's go into the EMUI stuff. So I was playing about with it earlier on. Now one of the coolest things is this is really handy for other Android users. So the home screen style, you can have 2. Now I have a Galaxy A3 from work, so I'm really used to the Samsung way of stuff, really. So you actually have a drawer, I can't even pronounce it, drawer, right? Okay, drawer mode, and you've also got the standard mode. Now the standard mode, when you go home, all you do, you swipe up, all your stuff's to the left and to the right. You don't have any other apps anywhere else. Whereas if you go into the drawer, I'm going to struggle to pronounce it again, but yeah, if you go to this mode, you've actually got the apps here. So if you can press that, and all your apps are there, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool, to be honest with you. So for some of the Samsung users, they'll love that. Whereas the new Samsung OS, actually, they're starting to hide that. So it'll be easy for the people that have used the previous Samsungs. We're actually going to go back into the settings. Let's find the settings again. There we go. Now moving on from that, the home screen style, we've talked about that. The navigation keys, I've talked about that before as well in the previous video. You can change it if you want. And the next thing that I'm going to talk about is the Smart Assist, which is quite cool. Now you've got the floating dock, similar to Apple's way of stuff, so you can actually have a little icon. Let's turn it on. So you have a little icon there, so if I go home, it brings up the arrow back, home, and you can lock it from there as well. So let's open that up. Let's go back into the settings and let's turn that off. I don't like it, I'm not a massive fan of it, but it's there for you to show to customers and for customers to use. So if you go back from there, you've also got motion control. Now this is quite cool. You can flip the phone to mute it. So if it's ringing, just turn it over, that's it muted. Pick up the phone, so if it's lying on the ground or even if it's in your hand, put it next to your ear and you can answer phone calls. Well, the raise to ear, the pickup is, it'll turn the phone on, sorry, so that was my bad. And you've also got this is quite cool. I've not tried it, but I'd love to try it. But glove mode, how cool is that? How many times have we tried to use our phones with gloves on or something over our hands, and we can't use it, so you've got to take your gloves off. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's just some of the things that you can actually demo to customers, guys, and show to customers and bring the phone to life. Really, it is an amazing phone. I love it. I try and keep it around my neck as often as possible. So get selling, guys. These days people don't want to pay silly money for phones. This phone is amazing value for money, and let's be honest, it's a great phone. It can pretty much do everything that other phones will do, really. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time.